Hello everyone, Monty here, and today we're gonna make chili in the crock pot. So I've been making chili. This is probably my fourth time making it ever. I just started making it a couple weeks ago and I'm obsessed with it. I like it because it's easy. I make it in the crock pot, I just put everything in, and then I just go do my work. I'm working a little bit today, I'm taking a break. It's Sunday, so my mom's coming over for dinner and I'm gonna make a whole bunch of different things for us to eat for dinner, and then the rest will be prepped food for the rest of the week. But chili is something that I really love, and I was surprised because she doesn't like spicy food, so I make it with very little cayenne pepper. I don't make it real spicy. I like it spicy, so later after I make it and I put it into Tupperware, when I go to warm it up, I'll put crushed red pepper in it to get it really spicy. I like it really, really spicy. So again, if you do like it spicy, you can just put in some crushed red pepper, add it to this recipe, and have it the way you like it. So I'm gonna move the crock pot, but I love the crock pot. I bought it at Target, it was like $99. And it's the crock pot, that's the brand, crock pot. And what I do usually when I make it is I just take it out of here, and I'm gonna move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. You're not gonna believe how easy this is. So, never made chili until a couple weeks ago, so what I always do, I Googled how chili recipes, and I found a couple. They all had basically pretty much the same ingredients. A lot of them use like powdered chili mix, and I like to do everything fresh, everything organic, natural. So pretty much I decided just to redo the recipes a little bit and try and make it less calories as well. So the first thing I have is some 93% lean ground turkey. And I'm gonna put that in just right like this. Now most recipes say you have to brown the meat first, but I'm cooking it for 6 hours in the crock pot. So I'm like, why do I need to brown it if I'm putting it into the crock pot? That was my first thought. And after I made it the first time, I realized I really don't need to brown it first. It came out fine. So this is I use the Jennie-O. This is not organic. Sometimes I buy organic meat, sometimes I don't. I try to most of the time. But this has no hormones, no artificial ingredients, pretty lean. And it's just the Jennie-O ground turkey. I have to get my knife here and cut this so I can get it out. And then I add just 2 pounds of the Jennie-O ground turkey. Now, what I do before I add any other ingredients is I take, which I'm really not prepared today. Where's my wooden spoon? All right, sorry about that, guys. So what I do is I just kind of chop, even though it's ground turkey, I don't want like big chunks. So I kind of just go back and forth with my spoon and just kind of separate the meat a little bit and kind of chop it further, break it up, so the pieces won't be really big. Because when you put it and brown it, and you're usually separating it when you brown it, and so which we're not doing. So I'm just going to break it up. You can also, when it's ready and you're transferring it to storage containers, because this is a recipe for a large bowl of chili, and it's great to have it prepped, for the whole week. I made chili nachos. I'm gonna make chili tacos later this week. You can fill a squash with it. You can do so many things with it. Loaded potatoes with chili. That's really good with a little cheese on top. Maybe I'll do that this week too. All right, so I broke it up. Now that I broke it up, I'm ready to add the ingredients. So the first thing I'm gonna add is either 2 15-ounce cans or a 28 to 30, this is a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. So usually you do two 15-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. I like to use organic. You can see this is the Muir Glen organic. Most local supermarkets have it. And I'm just gonna add that in. And then the next thing we're gonna add, I took another, this is a 29-ounce. I either do two 15-ounce cans or a large one of the cannellini beans. Cannellini beans. So this one was 29 ounces, and you see, I bought at Whole Foods. I don't know who else carries it though. This Eden brand, organic, and I rinsed it. So I rinsed them really well, put them in a bowl to show you guys, and then just add that as well. Then I had one medium sweet onion, just one medium sweet onion. Put that in there. Make sure I get everything out, so I'm sticking to the bowl. Then about 4 large cloves of garlic that I chopped up. Took me about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm pretty quick. It's probably take about the average person about 10 minutes to chop all this stuff. And then, oh, I forgot also to get my can opener here. Another ingredient I saw, and I've heard this for years, that really good beer, really good chili uses beer. So I have tons of beer left over from a party. So I'm going to use my Corona Extra, and I'm going to put that in. All right. I know people laughed when they said I used beer, but I heard it tastes really good, and I just, you know, I read a whole bunch of recipes, and a lot of them had beer. So anyway, so then we're going to do a 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Tablespoon of chili powder. And then you can do a quarter or a half teaspoon of cumin and chili powder. Last 2 times I made a quarter. I'm gonna do a half this time. Of half a teaspoon of cumin and a half teaspoon of the cayenne pepper. That'll make it a little bit more spicy, but hopefully it won't be too spicy for my mom. Maybe I'll go a little bit less, because it probably will be too spicy for her. So probably a quarter. It was not spicy at all, with just a little tiny bit. With the cayenne pepper, you did a quarter teaspoon. So I backed off. I put about a quarter, and the cumin I put a half a teaspoon. All right. And really, that is all our ingredients. And now oh, my sea salt. I'm sorry, I forgot about the sea salt. About 16 turns of the sea salt. And now I'm just gonna mix this all up. It's right now, it's 12 noon here, and I'll program it for 6 hours, and it'll be all done and delicious by the time my mom gets here. She gets here around 6 usually every Sunday. And there you go. I then put it in the crock pot. It just drops right in. Sorry, I did it off camera. And then I take the top. You gotta line the arrows up. Sometimes this thing gives me a hard time to get it on. Oh, today it was easy, right? Then all you do is you simply press slow cook. The default is 4 hours. I use the arrow up to move it to 6 hours, and I press start. It's that simple, and that's what I love about this, because like I was working today, I took a break, I just threw everything in here, and I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna work a little bit more. I know it's Sunday, I'm working, it's crazy. And then I'm going to work out, and then get ready for my mom, prep a little bit more food, get ready for my mom to come over. And this will just be ready. I just open it up, and that's it. So now I did write down the calories. So for this whole big pot of chili, which has to be at least 3 pounds or more than 3 pounds, probably 4 pounds of chili. It's 1,360 calories for the 2 packages of the turkey, 600 calories for the beans, 180 calories for the sauce, the diced tomatoes, excuse me, 45 calories for the onion, 18 calories for the garlic cloves, and the beer was 148 calories for a total of 2,350 calories. So when I put it into the storage containers, I weighed it last time, and it came out to be about 27 calories an ounce. And so when I go to heat it up, I just put it in my bowl on the scale, and I weigh it, and then I just times it by 27. Whatever the ounces are, I times it by 27, and that's how I figure out my calories. Now, you need to add yours up, because I use very organic sauce, which is very low in calories, no sugar, no beans, no sugar in the beans. Believe it or not, some of the canned beans have sugar in it. You want to make sure you add up your own calories with what you're using, because you can't just say, oh, well, his can of beans, I used the same can he used, or I used the same size sauce he did, it's the same calories. Won't be, right? So first time you make it with your ingredients, do what I did. Make a list of everything you put in, all the calories, and total it up, and then when you put it, if you're eating it right away for dinner, I would transfer it to another container so you can weigh it all first and put it back in the pot. And then you know for the future how much your chili is, an ounce each time you want to eat the chili next time. It just makes it a lot easier if you do it that way. All right, and so probably won't turn the camera back on when it's all done. I'll post pictures of it when it's done because my mom will be here and I'll be real busy with her, so I don't want to be rude. But hope you enjoyed learning how to make the chili in the crock pot. It's so easy, it's so delicious, especially when it's in this pot. It's such an easy cleanup, and I can't say enough good things about it. I made it with ground chicken the other day. You can use the same recipe for real beef. You can even do ground pork. I know somebody who does that. You can do it in so many different ways. So hope you